Good evening, everyone. We continue with the yesterday's class regarding the Excel. Yesterday we have seen some components of the Excel, and now we go on to the concept of Excel, some more components called ranking, how to give the rank, and also how to insert the pie charts or the graphs for the data or the information given in the program. This is a screen which we have seen yesterday. This is what we have done yesterday. We have done something about the how to make the additions, how to make the deletions, and how to go for the making the sum of numbers, average of numbers we have seen in the yesterday's class, and how to make the format of the table, and what are the contents, how to make all these things you have seen in the yesterday's class. Now, also seen something about the sorting, filtering. Sorting, filtering is also same. Now, today we go for the calculation of ranks also. How to make the calculation of the ranks when the student record is given. When the student record is given in Excel, and how to create the ranks automatically, how to generate the rank automatically, we'll see and we'll discuss now the things. See, I'm just taking the data here. I'm just taking the data. So that I can easily explain what you have done. It will be different. It will be different from the table. Okay, now I have made some changes. This is a serial number. This is a serial number column. Then this is name.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Total. I need average or the percentage.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Average.
Sir,
Now,
it is in stuck position, sir.
is it stuck? Just a minute. Selecting the ranges, you can go for the selecting the ranges of your own by inserting the plus column. Directly by inserting the plus column, you can also give the enter button.
Sir, again it is paused, sir.
Just drag the screen. Okay. Then you can see this, the total, I have got the total, then I have just dragged the total. Now we also have other form of making things is that using the sum function.
Sir, again you're stuck, sir.
And close the bracket, select the range and close the bracket and click on enter, you will get the things. And now also you can go for the drag these things. Okay. Now I have one more option is called, now we can see this, there is a function called auto sum here. There is if you don't know the function of sum, if you don't know the function of average, if you don't know anything, if you don't know, just go to the functions like this. If you know something about the sum function, how to insert the sum function, then all these things you can easily go for the insertion. You can do of any of this way. Either you can go for the individual elements and you can add the numbers. Either you can go for the giving the total sum function directly from the equation by giving yourself the equation. Either you can also select from the ribbon, editing ribbon, you can also select the alt, select the sum symbol also. This is how we are going to do. The numbers will not change at any point. And yesterday we
Sir,
have
can you repeat it once more, sir?
okay. So this there is function called function called total, and for calculating the total, the three ways what we are going to do. There are two ways called one to select the range based on plus button, then go for the second one, then go on for the plus, then go for the next. Whatever the cells you I13, J13 and also K13, then I got the 309. Just I can click on this, or otherwise I can drag this, then I'll get the results directly. Either you can also click on SUM sum, click on sum, open the parenthesis and select the range from which range to from which range you want to go. And range indicates this colon. The colon indicates the range from F13 to K13. And if you forget to close the parenthesis, no problem, right? Because sum function is defaultly given. And if you're directly giving the sum like this, also it will not be this thing. You need to fulfill what this is showing us sum. When you start the bracket, what they're asking is giving some references. See, you need number one, number two, all these things in order to make the sum of the numbers. And what is this number one is I need this number, this number, this number, this number, this five, six numbers. So it is being given in the form of the range. It is being given in the form of the range. So closing the parenthesis and clicking on the enter, I got the things. Same. And just I can drag this. I can drag this to my extent. Whatever the extent I need, I can drag this. The same formula will be applied over here. You can also check this. When you are selecting 320, you can see the function is F15 to K15. F15. This is F15. This is F15 to K15. You can easily drag this. No need to calculate all the times. If you are calculating for one student, you can drag to 100 students, you can drag to 1000 students, and also you can drag to a number of people also, a number of students also. That's why better to go for the dragging option. Better to go for the dragging option also, so that you can easily verify things. And next, coming to the average function. Coming to the average function. Click on is equal for every function. Average, then functions. I'm saying selecting the range of cells from two cells known as from F13 to K13. F13 to K13, bracket close, and got the answer. If you know this directly, you can do this. Either if you're not knowing the things, yesterday I gave you the things that total divided by
Sir, you are again stuck.
Sir, you are in mute, sir.
sorry. have you gone through this average? If this is average, if this is average, we have got the average here. Then we need to go for the 2 decimal points. We need to go for the 2 decimal points in form of average of the percentage. And for that, I can go for this. Call a number ribbon, and you can easily click on the increase decimal and decrease decimal, and you can increase your decimal point, you can decrease your decimal point. If you want to decrease, you can decrease here, and if you want to increase, you can increase here. See this, you can increase, you can decrease, you can increase, you can decrease here. Then I got some average. I'm also making it as justify center justified. Then also we come to the things called, one more thing is that we need an option called rank. The rank is a primary category what we need. From calculating the rank itself, we will be awarding not 305, 309 is the criteria, 306 is the criteria. We have to calculate something about the rank. Is our task for the today. Then for making the rank calculation, we have a function called rank. Directly we have a function called rank. You can use the direct function called rank. Just we'll see first. First you can see the rank function is available. You can see the function f of x is there. You can see the number is just I'm selecting the number, whichever the number you want, from on which basis, either you want to calculate from S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, or you are calculating on the total or on the average. If you want to calculate the total, if you want to give the ranks on the basis of total, you can select this column. If you want to give the ranks on the basis of average or the percentage, then you can select this column. Or you are giving the ranks only on the basis of the performance in one subject, then you can select the particular subject and you can also give the ranks also. And now my criteria is that I'm going to give the ranks with the total marks. Okay, and now we are going to calculate the ranks for this and for the column called total column. And for this, first I need to insert the function called rank, then give the column name, then also press the comma. Then you can see the syntax here. The syntax will be displayed over here in Excel directly. You can see rank, open the parenthesis and give the number, comma, reference. And what is the reference is that you want to compare, from which you want to compare. I want to compare from this cell to this cell, and I want to get the ranks. From this cell to this cell, I want to get the ranks, and bracket close and press on enter. I got the rank as 4. You can compare the ranks. You can see the ranks and 285, 295, and which is the ranks. You can also drag this. You will get the ranks. But what you are getting is that there is a repetition of the number called 4, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 1. But when you see the marks, there is no such criteria is there. Because if you are getting the fourth ranks 2 times, it means that you should be getting same equal marks. But you are not getting this. You are not being done here. Just you can see this. What is happening here is that you can see this 309 is allotted with the 4th rank. 306 is also allotted with 4th rank, and 320 is allotted with 2nd rank, and 285 is also allotted with rank. What is happening here is that the thing is that there is a word called absolute referencing and also normal referencing. And then you are giving a reference over there, and referencing is that we need an absolute referencing, and for that we need to give in cell references. We need to use some dollar symbol. Dollar symbol should be used over there. And if you get this dollar symbol, using the dollar symbol, you will get the absolute referencing. Once see this, what is happening here? What is a mistake happening here in this? First we'll see. Then here it is taking the range of L11 to L19. L13 to L19 you are taking the range. You are taking the range from L13 to L19. And here when you compare this, the range should be the same. But what is happening here? They are taking from L14 to L20. L14 to L20. If you take this cell, if you check this 2 button and check this, the range is L. Numbers. There is a mistake in the numbers. We need to rectify. We go to the last number now. You can see the reference. It is from L19 to L25. L19 to L25. It means that it is only comparing only this one. This 296 is comparing, and the remaining the down columns we are comparing. Remaining 6 columns has been taken from the here downwards. Then it is a wrong way of doing interpretation. It's a wrong way of doing interpretation. What we need to do is that first select the range from where you are going to do the ranks. First select the range, then go to the here and click on insert of a dollar symbol. Insert dollar symbol here before 13. Before we call address, insert a dollar symbol. And also here also you insert a dollar symbol. Insert a dollar symbol. What I am doing is that inserting a dollar symbol gives that it is asking for the absolute referencing in MS Excel. Absolute referencing in MS Excel is being given by using the dollar symbol. It means that limit to the particular cell itself. And just I am pressing on the enter button. Then the rank remains same. But when you press or when you drag the result to the next things, then you can see the ranks has changed. Now when you see the second cell, and click on the second cell, you can see this. The references has not been changed. It is limited to (13 to 19). The difference in the cell regarding the series 13 and 19. Everywhere we'll get the 13 and 19 itself. 13 and 19. Before, when we have seen this, style has been making the limitation. Absolute referencing style has given the limitation that it should be restricted to the particular values only. And I'll go for the things. Once again, I'll show you what I have done, because you might not be having a clarity on this. Just I'm showing you once again. Just making the things. I can also show you the differences. In order to find the rank formula, click on equal to, select the rank function, select the number first. It means that on which criteria do you want to calculate, you want to give the ranks on the basis of total number of marks, or on the basis of average marks, on the basis of any other subjects, any other criteria you want to give the ranks. Then I'm giving the marks on the basis of total and press a comma. To L13 to L20, I need the range. To 1121. Then you can see this. There is a change. This is some actual overcome these mistakes. We need to go for making a small thing called using of dollar symbols in making the references. Whenever you are using some references, in rank calculation or in formula calculation, in anywhere, when you are using the references, give a dollar symbol before the address, cell address. Then so that you can limit the cell addresses to the particular range itself. Then here I'm inserting the dollar symbol between L and 13. And one more symbol. And then I can easily drop down and drag it to the below numbers, so I can get the same ranks what I use it to get. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Then we got something about the ranks. We got something about the rank, but still there is some sort of differentiation in the ranks also. I can also give you what is the differentiation, how and what is the differentiation is that when you select this column, there are the three criteria which we need to see over. Say this RENK rank, in the rank we come across number, we got the number. Ascending order, one type of ranks will get. If you're giving in the descending order, we'll get one types of ranks. If you're giving in ascending order, you'll get one type of ranks. That's that highest marks. The person who has got the highest marks will get the first rank, and the person who has got the second marks will get the second rank. Or if you go for the ascending, descending. The cell, comma, select the reference column, comma, and the order. See this. They're asking two things called one for 0. If you press 0, you'll get in the ascending order from highest marks to lowest marks. The ranks will be given. And if you're pressing 1, you'll get the from lowest marks to highest marks. Then I need in form of ascending order itself. For this, I need to insert the dollars here, dollar symbol here, and here also. Then I can close the parentheses and I can click the answer. Then I got the answers like this. See, same ranks I'll be getting. Now also we check with the descending or ascending order also. We check with the ascending order also. Rank, open the parenthesis, comma, select the range, comma, and I'm going for the ascending order. Then I'm going to close the brackets. 1 is for the ascending order and 0 is for the descending order. It's called an order, and enter the rank. Then I got the, see this. You can also compare now. Then this is, I got the 5th rank and I got the 3rd rank. See this, I got the rank here. See again, I got some mistake over here. I hope I didn't give the dollar symbol. The dollar is being given and click on enter. Then you'll get the ranks differently. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can see the first rank got the first rank of 323 marks has got the last rank here. I got the first rank in the 323 marks with the 323 marks has got the last rank here. Why? Because in the descending order they got the first rank. In the ascending order that will be the last rank. You can see this 285 got 7th rank here, last rank, and here we got the first rank. It means that in the ascending order we are going to get the marks like this 1, and you can go for the reverse. And sometimes in the competitive examinations or the general examinations, always will compare from the top to bottom. Either if you want to compare about something about any other different forms, then you go for the descending order or ascending order also. Sometimes there is a point. ascending and descending, both are the possibilities. There are the both are the possibilities are there. You can use both the possibilities. And if you want to draw a diagram, if you want to draw the diagram for this, if you want to draw the diagram for this, and how you draw the diagram. Just I am taking, there are two columns called name column and total column. Name column and the total column I'm taking, I'm copying to the next cell. I'm copying only two columns.
Sir, your video is paused, sir. We can't hear you.
Is it visible? Is it audible now? There is some network error. Just follow the diagram. Just follow the screen. Just follow the screen first. And you can see this. You can see this. You can see I have taken the name. I have taken the total. And with this, I want to insert some diagrams. Insert a diagram called column chart. Column chart. First, I'm trying with the column chart, and I'm taking this column chart called clustered column chart. Click on this clustered column chart. Then directly the chart will be inserted like this. The chart will be inserted like this for the given data. For the given data, the chart is displayed like this. And what it means that B, you can see this B has secured this amount of max call 300, between 300 and 310. He secured some max call 309, and F has secured 306. In order to make your interpretations, in order to make your drawings conclusions within diagrammatic representations, we use some graphical diagrams. These graphical diagrams are very useful in making the interpretation. And you can also make any changes to this. Many changes you can make these changes, and just see step by step what are the changes you can see. And the chart title, this is called a chart title. Then chart title is given as total. Then we can make the changes as a students performance. Students performance as the title. Have made it to the students performance. And this is called, these are called the bars. These are called bars, and you can see this color is denoted with, the total column. This color is denoted with the total, and it means that it is a total of B, it is a total of F, it is a total of E, it's a total of F, H, G, I, D. And for this, we can also make some changes also. See this, when I selected this, right click this and add data labels, then you'll get what is the figure directly. How you're not going to imagine, you're not going to get the things done, then you can directly click on add the data labels. Then you'll get this is 309, this is no need of line first, no need to go for the lines first only. Then click on format data label. If you want to format the data labels, is that you don't want to mention the number, you can also mention the category name like this, D, 226. You can also remove one, and you can give, why already D is there, here, so I need not to insert this. If you want to include the series name, the total is also been inserted here. So I can use only this first one called value, so that I can easily say the things, do the things. And center is that will come here, inside end will come here, outside and inside base come here, outside end will come over. Almost it will be very much evidence from this place itself. This place is very evident evidence, and easily we can see what is the things here. And this is why I'm using is that this data, first the thing is that for which data, which diagram is suitable. First, identify which type of diagram is suitable for the data which is with you. If you're having some data regarding the family expenditure or the annual income, then you can go for the pie chart. If you want to compare the performance of the students, you can use this type of data. There are multiple types of diagrams. Diagrams are available in the MS Excel. You can see these are called the column charts. These are called the column charts. In column charts also you can go for the bars and also cylinders. You can draw the cylinders. You can also draw the cones, and you can also see types, chart types. You can use any type of the diagram if you want, basing on your requirement, basing on your presentation, basing on things. You can use your diagrams. Some people will use bars, some people will use some diagrams, some people will use cylinders, and all these people basing on the necessary of the data. Now you present, and now after you present, you can write and you can present the things. And when you click on all chart types will be displayed over here. You can see this. You can see this. There are the column charts, there are line charts, there are pie charts, there are bar charts, area, scatter, stop. All these are the charts which are available with us. Generally, we use column charts, bar charts, and also pie charts in our daily life. Then you can see this. What are the examples of line charts? Is that these are the examples of line chart. You can see a line will flow from the starting point to the ending point. And a pie chart is that a representation of the total part from the part of 100. Then 20 represents one part, 20 represents one part. Then we go on dividing the circle into different parts using some 3 degrees. A statistical part will be seeing in the in your graduate schooling level also. Statistics will give some pie diagrams, pie charts also. That way we can divide the graphs. And this is called bar charts. Bar charts is that bars which are going to see, and scatter charts, area charts. Or there many number of charts are there basing on the representation, based on the requirement. You can use the types of charts. First, we require that the data, for which type of charts is usable or suitable, we need to find out, and we need to go for the things. Then also we can see this. This is being drawn for the diagrammatic representation of the diagram chart for the performance of the students. I can also click on change data type, and I can go for the line chart also. Click on the line chart. Then I'm clicking on the line chart and selecting this type, and also click on OK. See the chart type is also changed. This chart type is also changed. And for this also you can make the things done. And whatever the type of things, it indicates that this point indicates the 309. And even if you don't want to make this data labels visible, and I can make these data labels not visible also. I can also remove this, and so that I'll not be making the visible of the things. If you want to visible the things, you can visible.
Sir? Sir? Sir, your video is an audio pass, sir.
The button which is called total is displaying here. This button is called legend. Then you can see this.
Once more, you can explain how to
change the diagram, change the chart type. Is it?
No, sir. How to insert a chart?
How to insert? Just wait. I will go for the next type also. Then we'll go for first see the options first. Then this is what? This is total. This is called a legend button. Then just this is called format legend. You can click on the format legend, and this legend shows that top. If you want to show it the top, it's called top, bottom, left, and right. Wherever you may show it, wherever you can show it, and you can make the representation of the symbol. This symbol shows that, this line shows that it's the totals of the marks being gathered, totals of the marks being secured. This is representing the marks. This is how we can make. And if you want to also make the chart area also, format the chart area also, we can also make that no fill, solid fill, gradient fill, and picture fill. And if you want any other things also, you can make the things border lines also. If you want to insert the border lines, and you can insert the border lines, and all these changes, you can make this. You can make all these changes also. You can try each and every step. You can try each and every one options, and you can make these things. No problem for this. No problem. Okay. Now we see one more type of diagram, and also we see how to insert the diagram once again. Then I'm going to the new diagram, new chart, and just I'm pressing the type of things, and I'm changing some sort of data. item, expenditure, item and expenditure. Food, clothing, shelter, food, clothing, shelter, medicines, education, miscellaneous, and rent. These are the things on which I use it to make the expenditure. As an example being given, and the expenditure is something around the figures. I'll take the food, and it's an assumption figures itself. Okay, I'm making the assumption figures, and just I want to insert a diagram for this, and the suitable diagram for this type of expenditure chart is that the pie chart. Select the data first. First select the data first, and then go to the chart button. Then go to the chart button, and you can select any type of chart. There is a column chart, there is a line chart, there is a pie chart, there is a bar chart, there is area chart, scatter, and other charts also available. Just I am selecting the pie chart now. For this diagram, for this type of data, I am selecting the pie chart. When you click the pie chart, you can see inserting a pie chart. It's an option which is used to insert the pie chart. It's displaying over there. Click on the pie chart. Then there are two options called 2D pie chart or 3D pie chart. If you want to insert a 2D pie chart, you can insert 2D pie chart. If you want to insert the 3D pie chart, you can also insert the 3D pie chart also. Then if I want to insert the 2D pie chart. Click on this 2D pie chart and the item is displayed over. Then you can see this. What is happening here is that regarding the food, it is colored with the blue color, and regarding the maroon, clothing is being colored with the maroon. And you can see this. This is a legend box. She's displaying. This is a legend box which is displaying all the options. What this color indicates. You can also click on here. You can see this is regarding the expenditure. This is regarding the expenditure. This is regarding the point regarding expenditure regarding the clothing. This is regarding the shelter. This is regarding the medicines, and they are showing in the percentage form also. Out of your total income, 20% or 12% or 13% incurring. See, you can see this, and I can make this as monthly expenditure chart. Out of this monthly expenditure chart, and I am going to make this as a categories. Then first I will go for the data labels, adding data labels. Then you can see this data labels are directly given with the 2500 categories. This, and if not needed, I can click on, no need to go this, I need the percentage and click on the close button. You can see this 31. I can see you can see this 31% of your income, 31% of your income are being expending on the food, and 12% of your income are expending on the cloth, and 18% on the shelter, and 12% again on the medicines, and 6% on the education, and 12% on the miscellaneous. It's called miscellaneous and chilla kharchulu. We call this as miscellaneous expenditure, and 9% on the rent. This is how you are dividing or segregating the income. What you are doing, the income, what you are going to get the income, and is going to expend like this. And if you want, you can also add this data labels. One more data labels also. You can add this data labels. Click on the data labels, and you can add this series name also like this. Note of series name. You can also insert the category names. Either if you want to insert the value can be inserted, and you can see. And also I'm showing only percentage. You can also see this position, center position, inside end, outside end, or best fit. Best fit means within the fit. Then you can use this, and also click on the close. You'll get the things. In the earlier versions of MS Office, you need to insert, you need to add step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. But when you are using from 2007 or 2010 or 2016, directly you will get the templates over there. Directly select the template, and directly you can insert the chart directly. In earlier versions, part 1, in step 1, they're asking the data, they select the data. In second step, they ask you to select the data type or the chart type. And in select 3, what are the data labels you want to insert and all these things, then give the title, then only the chart will be displayed over there. But here, what is the thing you are getting is that we can create the chart, and then also you can make some changes. You can see this. We have given this legend option, format legend, then go to the top, go to the bottom, go to the left, go to the right. Whatever the position you are going to see, and you can see this. You can see the bottom, you can get here. Like this, the bottom also, you may get this. Just if you want to make the change in the font, you can also change the font. Format chart type or format to change. If you want to insert some change, you can insert the text also. You can see this, the text style has been changed. The text style has been changed. You can insert on the base of your, in order to make the appearance, very good. Then you can also make the changes of the font. The font can be changed like this. And you can also increase the font. Then format legend, in format legend also, if you want to fill, if you want to border, give the border colors, border style, and all these things, you can make all these things visible to the screen. And this is how we need to go for the insertion of the diagram graphs in your spreadsheet. Thank you.